Good morning, everybody. So here are our new notes for Chapter 8. It's the last section of Chapter 8. So we have Chapter 8.6, our law of sines. Fun stuff. So some of our objectives for this section is to find the area of a triangle using two sides and the included angle, and then using the law of sines to solve right triangles. Well, not right triangles, regular triangles. So with that being said, I really hope that all of you have a notebook in front of you, a pencil or a pen, doesn't matter, highlighter or whatever you're using, and a calculator. Please make sure that you're taking notes and following along with the videos that are posted throughout this PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to explain each concept. You're going to have a problem that is going to be solved through the video. Copy the video and problems down, just like we would take notes in class. And then you're going to have some to try on your own. So to find the area of a triangle, typically you would do 1/2 the base times the height. That 1/2 is still there, but now instead of using the base times the height, you're going to use two sides and your included angle. So let's say I was using sides B and C. B and C are two sides. They create angle A right here. Angle A being the included angle in between the two sides. So your included angle is the angle that falls in between your two sides. So if I'm doing the area equals 1/2 the side of B times the side of C times the sine of angle A. So you're going to be using sine this whole entire section, no cosine or tangent. So seeing an example is the best way to explain this area of a triangle problem. So our first example here, it says find the area of triangle ABC to the nearest tenth. So we're given side AC, which is 6 centimeters. We're given side AB, which is 3 centimeters. And we're given our included angle 25. So notice my included angle is in between and is created and formed by my two sides that I'm given. So have your notebook and pen ready and copy down the following example. I'm going to press play for this video here for you. Okay, so the first example in the notes, we're going to find the area of this triangle. Typically, you would use 1/2 the base times the height, but now that we have the law of sines, we can actually use sine to find this. So our formula tells us that the area is going to equal 1/2 multiplied by the two sides multiplied by the sine of the included angle. So we have our two sides, and these two sides form angle A. They connect at angle A, and that's what my included angle is going to be. Your included angle is the angle in between your two sides, literally created by your two sides. So the area of the triangle is going to equal 1/2. One of my sides, doesn't matter which one comes first, 6 times 3 times the sine of my angle, which is 25. Okay? From there, that's going to equal 1/2. 6 times 3 is 18 times the sine of 25. I'm going to skip so you guys can see more. 1/2 of 18 is 9. So now I'm going to have 9 times the sine of 25. And all you need to do is put that right into your calculator. So just so you guys can see it, I'm going to have 9 times the sine of 25. And you're going to get 3.8. So the area of my triangle is 3.8 centimeters squared. Keep in mind too, guys, you want your calculator to be in degree mode. So how you're going to do that is hit the DRG button, and notice that it's in DEG, which is my degree mode. Some of you might have it in this, which is radian. We don't want that. So you want to make sure your calculator is in that mode. Pretty straightforward. I did the little calculator piece because I noticed in one of our last lessons, a lot of you were giving me strange numbers in radians. So make sure your calculator's in degree. Our next concept is the law of sines. So in triangle ABC, if sides with lengths ABC are opposite angles with measures ABC, respectively, then the following is true. The sine of A over A equals the sine of B over B, which equals the sine of C over C. The best way to explain this concept is just to do an example of it. You're only going to be using two parts of this little section right here. It's just saying these are all equal to each other, but we're only going to use two parts because we're going to end up creating a proportion and using cross multiplication. So solve triangle ABC, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So when it's telling you to solve the triangle, it's telling you to solve all the missing pieces. Go ahead, draw this triangle into your notebooks and follow along with the next slide. It has a video of the full-on explanation. There's 3 steps that you're going to want to follow. The video is very detailed. You can pause if I'm going a little too quickly for you right now to get the triangle down. But here we go. All right, so our second example here, we need to solve this triangle. And what it means by solve is it means that we need to find every missing piece. So we need to find that missing angle and we need to find that missing side. And we're going to do so by using the law of sines. And there's a few steps that you would want to follow in order to solve this. So step 1, I'm going to find my missing angle. So my missing angle here is A. So I'm going to find the measure of angle A. And what's important about triangles is that all 3 angles add up to 180 degrees. So you're going to use that to solve for the measure of angle A. So we have 100 plus 53 plus angle A equals 180 degrees. So 100 plus 53 becomes 153 plus angle A equals 180 degrees, which means the measure of angle A is going to be 27 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill that in. So now I'm going to find my sides. I want you guys to notice that angle B has an angle measure and side B has a side measure. So we're going to want to use that in order to solve for the missing side. So always use whatever you're given of both. So always use the angle that you're given along with the side that goes with the angle. And the side that goes with the angle is always the one across from it. So my second step is to find side A. Okay? And how I'm going to do that is, because I'm trying to find sine A, I'm going to use my law of sines. So you're only going to use 2 to create a proportion so that you can cross multiply and solve easily. So I'm going to use sine A because that's what I'm looking for. And it's going to be sine A over my little side. And we're going to equal that to sine B over side B because we are given the angle measure and the side measure for B. So you want to stay consistent. So sine B over a little b. Okay? So I'm going to fill in what I know. I know that angle A is 27, so it's going to be the sine of 27 over little a, because that's what we're looking for. And that's going to equal the sine of 53 over little b, which we know is 9. I am now going to cross multiply. I'm going to have a cross multiplying times the sine of 53, and that's going to equal 9 times the sine of 27. I want to get a by itself, so in order to do that, I'm going to divide by the sine of 53. I'm I'm going to be left with A equals 9 times the sine of 27 over the sine of 53. And there's a few different ways you can put this in your calculator. I'm going to try to show you the easiest way. So 9 times the sine of 27. I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to get that number. And then I'm not going to hit anything else. I'm going to divide. I'm going to hit my division sign. So it's the answer divided by the sine of 53. And you'll get 5.116, just round it to the nearest tenth, so you get 5.1. So A equals 5.1, and you can label your triangle if you want. So we're going to use the same steps to find side C. So step 3, I need to find side, well, I wanted to write find, but that's fine, side C. So I'm going to have this sine always start with what you're looking for. So I'm going to have sine C over C, and I'm going to equal it to my original sine B over B. You could use sine A over A. You would get the same answer. Just to be a little more consistent, because we're given definitive numbers for B, I'm going to use B again. So I'm going to get sine of 100 over side C equals the sine of 53 over 9, because that's 9 is the measure of side B. We're going to cross multiply, so I'm going to get C times the sine of 53, and that's going to equal 9 times the sine of 100. Divide both sides by the sine of 53. I'm going to get C equals 9 times the sine of 100 divided by the sine of 53. Putting that into my calculator, so 9 times the sine of 100 divided by the sine of 53, and it's going to get me 11.09, which we can round to 11.1. You can label that in your triangle. That's it. Those 3 steps. So I know this process is a little lengthy. I hope you guys understand. If you do not and were unable to follow along with the video, please feel free to ask me any questions on Google Hangout or via email, whatever you're more comfortable with. And we can go over this stuff more in depth on Friday when we meet as a class. So I'd like you guys to take a second and try this one on your own. So a baseball is hit between second and third bases and is caught at point B. As shown in the figure, how far away from the second base was the ball caught? So you're looking only from one side. So I'd like you to take a second, copy this down, and see if you get the right answer on your own. There's going to be a video following this slide to help you out. Once you have completed the problem, please submit your answer into Edpuzzle. Here is the explanation, can't talk. Here's the explanation to the example. Oh no, my bad. Here it is now. So for our last example here, hopefully you guys were able to figure it out, but if not, we're gonna go over it right now. You're gonna use your law of signs. So it says a baseball is hit between second and third base and is caught at point B. As shown in the figure, how far away from second base was the ball caught? All right, so second base is right here. The ball was caught over here. So we're looking for this side. So you're going to use your law of signs. Notice you're given one side with no angle. So our first step is to find what that angle is. So find angle D. So we have 41 plus 58 plus angle B equals 180. Okay, 41 plus 58 gets us 99 plus angle B equals 180. And then subtracting that from both sides, you get 81 degrees. So we know that this is 81 degrees. So we have a definitive angle, definitive side, and we're going to use our law of sine. So we're going to try to find x. X corresponds and is across from third base, which is 41 degrees. So we need to just find x. So there's two steps in this one. So I'm going to have the sine of 41 over the side I'm trying to look for, and that's going to equal the sine of 81 over the side that I'm given. I'm going to cross multiply, so x times the sine of 81 equals 90 times the sine of 41. Divide by the sine of 81 on both sides. I'm going to get x equals 90 times the sine of 41 over the sine of 81. When you put that into your calculator, you get 59.8, which is about 60 feet. So hopefully you guys got that one right. Good job if you did. If you didn't, no big deal. This is all practice, new concept. You're going to be given more practice on this tomorrow anyways. So I'd like you to try this one on your own. You're finding the area of triangle ABC to the nearest tenth. Draw this image in your notes, solve it, and then submit your answer into Edpuzzle. So instead of a video, I just took a picture and I'm going to explain. So you have your two sides that you're given, 7 centimeters and 4 centimeters, with that included angle 30 degrees. So the area of this triangle is going to equal 1/2 your two sides, so 7 times 4, and you're going to multiply that by the sine of 30. Multiplying 7 times 4, you get 28. Taking half of 28, you get 14. So you're left with 14 times the sine of 30. So your area equals 7 centimeters square. Another way you could do this, 14 times 1/2, because the sine of 30 is 1/2. And that's how you get the 7 as well. So good job if you got that one right. For this one, you're going to have to solve triangle ABC, so you're going to find the missing sides and round them to the nearest tenth if necessary. You're going to use those 3 steps in the previous example, or 2 previous examples, wherever it was. So take a minute, write those steps down, try it out, and then submit your answer into Edpuzzle. So our first step is finding that missing angle. So finding angle B, you add the 2 angles that you're given, subtract that from 180, and that's where you get the 70. Our second step, I'm going to try to find side A first. I'm definitively given side C and angle C. So I'm going to use that for both of my steps, for step 2 and step 3. So because I'm looking for sine A first, I'm going to start with that. I'm going to have sine A over A equals sine C over C, which becomes sine 15 over A, which is what we're trying to find, equals sine of 95 over 18, which is what we're given. Cross multiplying to get 18 times the sine of 15 equals A times the sine of 95. Dividing by the sine of 95 on both sides to get A equals 18 times the sine of 15 over the sine of 95. So then A is about 4.7. Same exact steps for sine B. So we're going to start with sine B over side B equals sine C over C. Filling in what we know, so sine of 70 over B equals sine of 95 over 18. Cross multiplying to get 18 times the sine of 70 equals B times the sine of 95. Dividing by the sine of 95 on both sides to get B equals 18 times the sine of 70 over the sine of 95, and you're going to get that B is 17. So awesome job if you got that right. Please make sure to follow through the steps. If you need to pause the video because I went a little too fast, go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, because I know this one's a little more difficult, please do not hesitate to contact me any way, shape, or form. Good job, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in.